Hey, so if you've ever had shin splints before, this is the video that you need to watch in order to not only get rid of them, but to prevent them from happening again. Hey everybody, what's up? I'm Coach Brian, strength coach and functional movement specialist with criticalbench.com. I'm also a triathlon coach and I'm a runner myself. I've had shin splints before in the past and they've hurt. They've actually put me into the doctor's office because I said I need help. After doing, years and years of training and extensive studying on the human body, it's nothing more than something that's actually very simple and very common, unfortunately. I'm not here to say all the things that you need to do aside from this, but there are 4 things that you need to do if you have shin splints and if you want to prevent shin splints from happening. All right, number 1, let's pretend you have shin splints, okay? First thing to do is rest. You gotta stop everything that you're doing, whether it's running, whether it's jumping, whether it's playing soccer or jumping, whatever it is, anything that causes the shin splints to hurt even more, you gotta stop doing that. All right, so let's say you don't have shin splints, but you don't want to get shin splints. You need to stretch out the appropriate muscles, okay? So the shin splints take place, here, let's get a little anatomy lesson going on here. Shin splints are usually on the inside part of the leg, kind of between the bone and the calf, like right in here, along that bone there, okay? Usually what happens is it's going to be taking place on one side, but it can happen on both sides. Very tender to touch, it hurts in the morning, hurts at night, hurts when you do any type of physical activity. The whole idea is it's a myofascial adhesions. So what happens is the surrounding, I don't want to bore you. So, but anyways, just so you know, it's a muscle. There's muscle damage taking place, not in a good way. I don't need to go into it any more than that because you're not here for that. You're here to prevent them, but also to get rid of them. All right, so first thing you need to do, stretch out the calves. This is your gastroc stretch. This stretches out your calf muscle. You got to start stretching out the antagonistic muscles, okay? So what happens when you have shin splints is the anterior tibialis, the front part of your shin, there's a muscle there. It's this muscle right here. So when I dorsiflex my foot, when I bring my toes up, this muscle activates. You can see it. Okay, that muscle adheres to the bone. Okay, so right here, stretch out the gastroc. Now when I bend my knee, I stretch out the soleus. This is your other calf muscle. So bend the knee for that one, straighten the leg for this one. You just stretch out both of those muscles because if they're too tight, it's going to start pulling on the front part of the leg, which is going to result in shin splints. Okay. So before we actually get to the stretch, we still need to heat up the muscle. So grab a foam roller, start rolling out all of those 3 muscles. So you're kind of getting 2 muscles right here, your gastroc and your soleus, your calf, rolling side to side, front to back, spending at least a half a minute digging in there deep, digging in there hard, back and forth, applying a lot of downward pressure. You can cross the leg and even apply more pressure. You gotta warm up the muscle. You gotta do some kind of self-massage. When you could even palpate and just kind of squeeze a massage, you get a massage stick. I personally recommend the foam roller. That's the best approach because it just is. I like this method the best. So I would recommend 2 minutes on one leg and 2 minutes on the other leg. Again, if you have shin splints, foam roll. If you don't have shin splints but want to prevent them, you still need to be foam rolling. Keep those calves healthy. All right, so next you want to foam roll on the outside, your anterior tibialis. So flip on over, right here. One of 2 ways to do it. You can do a double leg or one leg at a time. I say one leg, you have a little more control. So this one, if you have shin splints, it will hurt, okay? So just take your time, work through it, and just apply as much pressure as you need. So you're really just rolling out pretty much from here down, okay? Not directly on the bone, but this muscle right here. All right, so the stretch that you need to be doing to get rid of shin splints, but also to help prevent them, it's pretty much one and the same, but there's actually one stretch that's a little more challenging. So this is the more entry level. You want your toes pointed in, and you're gonna pick up your knees right here, okay? You don't have to pick up your knees, but this is going to be a good stretch to stretch out the front part of your leg. So your toes are pointed in, and now you're going to start lowering your hips and start just sinking into it. Now if that's not enough, hold this position there, but just go back down onto your heels. right here. So now I'm stretching out the front part of my calf, right in here, stretching out the front part of my ankle. And again, if you have shin splints, this will hurt, but that's exactly what it needs to do, is because what happens is that those myofascial adhesions adhere to the bone, and what you need to do is actually break apart that fascia away from the bone. That's when the repair process is going to start taking place. So rest if you have shin splints. I can't stress that enough, but stretch out the calf muscles, foam roll the calf muscles, and do this one stretch to help keep those legs healthy.